would also like to thank the complete Spurti team, which includes our Sham Rathod sir. So he is the main pillar of the Spurti team. So he is the regional head, I think, yeah, for Spurti team. And I would like to thank Satish Kumar Tummu sir for being the in charge of Spurti team, because he works really hard towards imparting such knowledge and tries to inspire the team always. And I would also like to thank our Vadekar Lakshman sir for being with me throughout this journey of EPS. Not only now, I think he is my mentor when I was taking the trainer workshop program, and he is a very good person with whom I got inspired, and I thought of doing something as a service. And then I would like to specially thank all the trainers and the mentors and all the participants who are here today to get this knowledge. And today is really an important day for all of us, because thinking plays a major role in creating what our career should be, what our aspirations should be molded into. So today we have our speaker, Mrs. Sruthi Reddy ma'am, to give us a very interesting topic called creative thinking. And just to give a glimpse about our ma'am. So she is a member of ICI Impact Club, and she is an international president, and she is area in charge of Himat Nagar, Hyderabad. And she is a mentor and she is a trainer for Impact Club International. Of course, she is an NLP practitioner, and she is a graduate in educational consultant and she graduated from Hyderabad. She has done many workshops for EPS and also Young Minds for kids, and she has conducted a lot of workshops in school. So she is passionate about teaching and learning a lot of new things. That's why she joined this organization. And of course, she is the most enthusiastic, one of the most enthusiastic trainer. And she is the only person who attended the first international workshop of TTTWS in Dallas, and she was the first Indian to attend that. So, ma'am, thank you so much for being here with us, and I'm really feeling pleasure because you are giving us this session. The virtual dais is yours, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank Shri Gampa Nageshwar Rao Garu for the good platform creating for every one of us in India and abroad. And I would like to thank all my regional heads, my directors, my supporting team, my mentors. And I would like to thank Vadekar sir for giving me this opportunity today on this platform. And I welcome each and every one of you for today's session. Today, I think everyone is, are you ready to take my session? If say yes. Yeah, very good morning. Happy welcome to you, all of you. So for Canada, it's a happy evening, and for Indians, it's a happy morning, fresh. And everybody's looking so fresh. I'm happy to see you all once again. And today we are going to have a wonderful topic. It's about the creative thinking. So you all know what is a creative thinking. So do you think the creative means, is it by born, or are you learning about creativity in your life? Is it a natural creativity, or do you learn creative thinking later in your life? Can anyone? You can unmute yourself and have a talk. You can put in the chat box about your views. What is about the creativity? Yeah, it's a learning. Yeah, usually creative thinking needed in all situations. Exactly. Like so many friends, a few friends have given a few answers about the creativity. So we all know the creativity is something new which you think coming out of the box. Every person is a creative by nature, naturally, right from the childhood. But when you want to be creative, you have to think differently. You have to come out of the box to show your talents, whatever the creative ways you can do of a single task if you have given by anyone. So the creative person always will be realistic and he'll be imaginative. They do imagine the things in a different way when they have a creative aspect. And a creative person has the ability to invent and develop the original ideas. Especially, we can see such things in the arts. When we see any picture, like the ma'am has, Madhu ma'am has kept a scenery at the back of her. So it's suppose if it's a painting, suppose if you take it as a painting, something creativity will be there in that. So we can see creativity in all aspects in our daily life and wherever you go. So we have a creative aspect every time right from our childhood. Generally, you see the small kids, when you give any task to them, they do perform differently. Do you agree for that? They do perform differently. So, usually, what happens, our parents, suppose if a mother has got a beautiful car for the kid, like suppose if it's costing around 5,000. So, what they do, they try to protect the car because it's a little bit expensive. They want to give to the child, but they try to protect. Why? Because it's a little bit expensive. But at the same time, if the car is given to the kid, definitely he will hold the car and see how the wheels are going, how the car is moving, and how it is designed. All these aspects, the kid can think in their own perspective. So when we give a chance to the any person, they start thinking in their own way. So the creativity can be there in any person right from childhood, whether it's a kid or a student or anyone. At every level, the creativity will be there. But to have a more creativity, they need to come out of the box. Suppose if you take an example of a software employee, usually in the software platform, when there is a meeting, what happens? Our boss will give a task to the participants to solve a situation, to solve a problem. In such situation, all the participants have to think differently to solve the task. Every person has their own views. This is what we call as a brainstorming. Brainstorming is giving your views, your aspects, thinking differently. So, unless we think differently, we cannot solve the problem. So, that way, the creative person always keep thinking differently to solve the situation, to come out of the box, and their own views can give wonders. Exactly. Suppose if you take an example of a builder, you might have been seeing so many buildings nowadays in India or abroad, whatever country, every day. Previously, it was not so big. Previously, it was only 5 storied or 10 storied. But now people are able to build 50 storied. And you can see in abroad, it's 100 stories also. So, how is it possible? A person who has a creative thoughts in his mind, he visualizes himself before the thing happens. When his visualization works well, and I think we have seen already in a building, when you go to any plot, what the builder will do, he will show you a model picture of the building after completing how it looks. Seeing the picture, all the people will imagine themselves in their mind, and then they will visualize, okay, this is the way how my house is going to look. And then seeing the picture of the building model house, definitely the person will come to a conclusion, and then he will take the house, whatever he wants. But all these things has happened with the designer. An architect can think in a vast way more than a normal person. When it comes to an architect, Don't you think in other aspects it's not an innovation is not there? Definitely. We have an innovation in different aspects. Suppose you take a farmer. What the farmer will do? This time he will do the crop of paddy, the rice, what we eat nowadays. And next time he want to do differently by putting the other crop. When he sees a good output from his crop, that way he starts experimenting. How is it possible? Because unless he tries himself, unless he thinks, okay, this is what I have to do, I have to think differently. This is not working from me. Then he tries putting the different crops. And then when the output comes to a good returns, definitely he'll go for that crop. If he don't try himself, then he'll be in the same state. So that is why every person in every field, whatever the field you may be, whether it is student or working people or a housewife, whatever it may be, we need to think differently so that our output looks different. Take an example, any ma'am here, Bhagavi ma'am is there. She has designed her house beautifully, the drawing room, we can take the example. The drawing room, if she want in a creative way, she can put the same drawing room, putting the things in a different pattern. When you change the pattern, definitely the outlook looks differently. So this way, when we keep using our own ideas, thoughts in a different way, in an innovative way, you can be a creative person. You should always be creative in every aspect so that you are giving work to your brain to think differently. This way, the creative thoughts can come into your mind. Then you may be thinking how I must improve my creativity in my own self. You can read some motivational thoughts, motivational, inspirational quotes. Sometimes when we read the inspirational quotes from big people, definitely our thought process keeps changing. And I have a photograph in my house. That is you can, suppose if a single photograph is there. Nowadays, everybody is using the digital media. Using the digital media to assemble all the pictures in one place, you can use your own creativity. You can make a collage and keep the picture. Instead of putting 10 pictures on the wall, you should make one single collage. You can assemble all that in one place in a different manner. That is also a creativity. When we start thinking our own self, our own creative ideas keep coming into our mind, and definitely we can put them in a creative manner and give a new look to our thoughts. And suppose if I wear a cream shirt today, every day can I wear the cream? No, I want to look differently. I want to look differently to the people so that I keep changing my colors. So depending on the colors what you choose also, you can look differently. That is also a creative way. Gampa sir says, you have to wear the navy blue blazer for a meeting, for an official meeting. Definitely we wear the navy blue blazer. But for every meeting, if we change the colors of our blazers, we look different. This is also a part of creativity. So this way, we should try to look differently from our perspective to give a new look. Then you can also make the portraits. Like you have a pet at home. You can make the portraits of your pet. That is also making a creativity at home. The mini drawing session. Like in the house, you can do a mini drawing session. You can just do an art of your own paint and keep in the drawing room. Like in the dining room, when you have a dinner for any guest, you can have your own drawing and keep innovatively displays on your wall. The guests come and see, they may be thinking that is a painting bought ready-made. But here the creativity works where, because you have drawn yourself with your own thoughts and ideas put in a painting form. There are so many ways where you can think out of the box, creating with your own thoughts and putting in a realistic life. Suppose now everybody know So many metro trains are coming. So many malls are coming. So many buildings are coming. How the metro train is working? It's working with electricity. So the person who has designed this might be thinking in an innovative way to make easy for the people so that so many people can travel without any much effort. So to reduce the traffic and all this, a person has been designed this metro train where so many people can travel, and that is also we call as an innovative, creative invention. If people won't have invented so many things, we wouldn't have this pen. We don't have this pen. The pen was also invented by somebody long ago. So today we are able to write so many things because it's all about creativity. So when we start thinking ourselves in daily life, right from getting up in the morning till we go to bed, so many innovative things can happen in our life. When we start thinking ourselves, look in from our perspective and watch the nature, you can see so many innovative things. You go to the garden and you see the cuckoo early in the morning. They say, "Woo, woo." That is also a sound. When you really put yourself an attention, then you can listen to the music, beautiful music in the morning. Like that, right from the morning till the whole day, so many innovative things happen around us, and that is also a part of creativity. When we see the children now in the school, so many kids, like in the nursery, the teacher comes, take the sessions and all that. We cannot tell the kids in the same way every day, and the children cannot take it. They want in a different way. In everybody, I think the kids might be there. When the mother gives the same toy every day, the child won't play. They want a different toy. Why? Because they they always look for new things because their innovative ideas are unlimited. Given a chance, they'll be playing with so many toys in a different way. Suppose if you give a car to a baby girl, she'll just hold it. And the same car, if you give to a baby boy, he tries to open all the wheels and he wants to see how it works, why it's going like that. That is an innovative thing which we can see in a different track. So this way, we can see so many aspects in creativity. And how can you do your creative activity? If you take the example of a student, you start writing the stories, start reading the stories. When you start writing the stories, all thoughts keep coming into your brain and you can put it in a words. Suppose if the sir says, write about a tree, then to write about a tree, you can start reading the books and then you can put your thoughts, what comes into your brain, in a paper. That way, by writing in a small ways, you can improve your creativity. Then, how to get more creativity in our daily life? You can start collaborating. Generally, what people do, they go to the parties. And what they talk about now, I think, Gajam. These young kids, what they talk about the mobile phones, Instagram, Facebook, and all that, Twitter. That is good, wonderful. But at the same time, whatever new things are coming into the market, how best way we can use the Facebook, how best way we can use the Instagram. If you start talking, you can learn so many things, even in a gathering also. So you should make the best time out of what you're talking with the best. You have to make the best use of your time in your conversation with the people around you. Usually into the parties also we go. Instead of talking about the serials, the hero, heroines and all that, you can talk about so many things where we can learn in our gatherings. You can learn so many things by looking into the nature. The people keep traveling. When they travel from one place to other place, like if you go to your own country or your village, when you take your family while going in a travel also, like in the bus or car, whatever, you see the nature. You can learn so many things from nature, and you can also put into your real life. So creativity is not a gift. It can be learned also by nature. When you think in the talent aspect, a person is born creative, but at the same time, there is a possibility of any person who can be creative by learning so many things, by reading, by watching, by putting their thoughts in the paper, and by seeing the other people. Definitely. So, when you go to any how to improve your creativity, you can design like attending the meetings, attending the seminars. When you attend a seminar, so many people talk about, like recently, Mega Impact has been happened in India for 3 days. We have seen so many audience there, and so many big people came and they shared valuable information. You can also take the good points and implement in your real life. You take all the good points and think in your perspective and put it in your real life, where the creativity can start from your own thing. So creative thinking is always can happen only when you think out of the box. We all know so many movies have come, and some movies, they have been there since so long, like 40 years, 50 years, and some musicians also there, like Ghantashala Garu, so many years back. Even after so long, we are able to listen to his songs. Why? Because he has done a creative in his music. When we listen to that, we enjoy the music. And so many people have their own fans of musicians or artists or whatever. So, how it was possible? Because they have put their creativity, and today we are able to enjoy all the efforts. The same way, we can also put our own thoughts in a creative way, and there is a lot of possibility of our own invention, and we can also come out of the box and give our thoughts. So, as I told, when you travel, you can learn the creativity. When you read the books, you can get the creativity. Then you can watch the seminars, you can attend the meetings, you can listen to the TED Talks, and so many ways you can do. And to improve our own self creativity, we have to have our own life discipline. What is a discipline here in creativity? When you want to get thoughts to your mind, your mind should be peaceful. You can practice your meditation where thoughts keep flowing. I think many of you have observed here, any person who does wonders always keeps himself calm. They don't talk much, but they try to listen to others. When they try to listen to others, definitely they try to take all the points from what they are listening. And they always think positive way. And as I told, by writing, you can be a creative person. So many authors are there nowadays. How they are able to write so big books today. And we have seen Harry Potter. The man has written so many books in different versions and so many different authors. How is it possible? How, like, so many ways, like action, fiction, oriented, whatever. So, what they do, usually, any author, if they want to put what is in their mind in a paper, they need a calm place. They choose a park where nobody is there. There is a lot of greenery and where there is a silence, because seeing the nature, all the thoughts come to their mind. And movie directors, as we have seen, what they do, when a new thought come to their mind, they go to a different place, like beaches. In a year, they take 2 times or 3 times off to their work, and they go to the beaches. Why? Sitting in front of the beach, the thoughts keep flowing into their mind, and definitely they put into the written. then they put into practice. We have seen the Bahubali cinema, and so many abroad movies are also have come. I think Madhu also has watched the Bahubali, and all that's a Telugu movie. Okay, but it's made of a lot of friction. How is it possible? All the digital media. It's all about creativity. When you have your own thoughts, when you put in the paper, when you make use of the digital media, and it takes a lot of effort. At the same time, the creativity can happen from anyone. So, are you ready to take a little break? Are you ready? Are you ready to take a little break? So, you can take a small piece of paper. I'll show you a small trick here. You can take a small piece of paper and you can write some dots. The dots here, like I show you in a piece of paper, you can take a piece of paper, then you can put all the circles. Each row includes 5 circles, and you can make 5 rows like 25 circles, like how I'm showing here. You can put 5 circles in one line and you make 5 rows, then it becomes around 25 circles, small circles. Small circles you can put. Now, I'll give you 1 minute time. All of you, in all these circles, you can fill a circle with your own thoughts. I have just put circles here. Each row has 5 circles. And here I put in a 5 rounds. And these are about 25 circles. And you can fill anything what you want in the circle, and you will be given 1 minute time. Now it's 7:04, and I'll ask you again in 7:05. You can fill whatever you want to. Are you ready? If you're ready, you can put your thumb. And you can show me if you have completed. Yeah. The circles you can fill. I told you can write circle 5 lines in 5 rows, and you can fill the circles with your own thoughts and ideas. And if anyone is ready, you can just show me what you have completed. Yeah, Shekhar sir is showing it. Yeah, show me, sir. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, Madhu, have
Shekhar
you
sir,
completed?
we cannot see you, sir, because your background is.
Yeah, background is objecting like that. Right. If you close the background, then your picture can be seen clearly, like how you can see how I build up. So all the circles with your own thoughts. Yes, sir.
I have written some alphabets and numericals, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your participation. And Gajam and Madhu might have also filled up. Yeah, you can show me. Yeah, if anyone is ready, you can show me. Yeah, definitely. Why we are given this task? Because everybody has different thoughts. Like I put in my circle in a different way. Like some of my circles are with dots, some are with plus signs, some are filling, some are with cartoons, and all like that. These are my thoughts in my mind, what I want to put in these blocks. You can see here. So why we made you fill this? Because in a given time, the 1 minute has been given to each person, and every person is thinking differently. Every person, it can't be the same, right? So when a task is given, every person think differently, like this children also. Suppose if you make kids stand in a line and ask them to run, usually in the small children, what they do, they put the race. They give them a spoon and they give them the small lemon, ask them to put in the mouth and walk. And some kids walk slow, some kids walk fast, some kids will be in the middle. This all depends how we think in the mind and then we implement. So, Madhu, have you done? Okay, you can try later, no problem. See, this kind of task is given. Why? Because every person has their own analyzing. They analyze differently, they think differently, and they put their ideas and thoughts in a different way. So, as we have seen, every person's thought process will be different, and we all know we think in a right side. When the people think innovative ideas, they think in the right side of our brain. And when you think in a logical and analytical way, our brain works on the left side. This way, it depends on your thought process. So some people say everybody is good enough, but everybody is creative. But some people are more creative, and when they are more creative, they put on the paper. Like suppose if we say 5 plus 5 is equal to how much? 5 plus 5 is equal to how much, sir? 5 plus 5?
10.
10. When we say 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, and when I say question mark and question mark is equal to 10, two things I can show you here. One is 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. And the second one, I'm putting a question mark plus question mark is equal to 10. Here, the question mark can be anything. It can be 8 plus 2. It can be 6 plus 4. It can be 7 plus 3. So, this way, why the numbers change when the output is 10 for every calculation? When we think analytically, the thinking process here, what we are trying to show you is the thinking process will be different for different people. So this way, the creative thinking can be different for every person. It cannot be the same. So shall we have one more activity here? Are you ready? Are you ready to take an activity? Okay. I would like to show you a picture here. You can just take a paper and you'll be given 3 minutes of your time where you can put in your book. this is a picture what I'm showing you. Immediately see the picture and just put in your book. You see the picture and start putting in your book.
The picture is barely in frame.
Now you can see the picture clearly. Whatever the picture is there, you put as it is in your notebook. So if you're ready with your drawing, you can put thumb up. This Madhu. Yeah. Gajam. So here all the friends are almost ready. So here I have given a picture. Can anyone unmute yourself and say what you have drawn? Yeah. Yeah. What is it? What you have drawn? What is it? It's an upside down image which I have given you. And when you really look into the picture here, is it hard for you to draw or is it easy? Yeah, Gajam, you want to talk something about it?
It is elephant, man.
Yeah, what's about?
When we rotate means it looks like elephant.
Yeah, a little bit. Your sound is not so clear. It's okay. So yeah,
Hello.
I have given you the upside down picture. But see, when the picture, when I'm looking, it's like this. Really, when I have shown you, so what is it about?
It is elephant. That's only.
It's a baby elephant, right? So why we have given you this picture? If you really look into it, everybody, when I have given a task for you, everybody have started doing it, and you started thinking about the picture, and whatever the this upside down picture, you didn't thought what it is about. You wanted to put them in a paper immediately, and your thought process has started. And here, when you are putting into the paper, it helps you joining the dots. You're trying to draw with a line and give a shape to the drawing. You're focusing, your attention is there, you're capturing the image. You're not looking whether it is an elephant or it's an upside down or whatever, but all you're doing is seeing the picture and putting on the paper. Immediately your thought process have started in your mind and you're trying to put it on the paper. So here our brain started capturing the image and it started connecting the dots and making you to put in the paper in a line form. So here, every problem may be different, but when you look into your own perspective, you get a solution for that. The same way, when you see any image like this, First, what you do when you see an image, you start thinking about it. The thought process immediately starts into your mind and we start thinking. Definitely, suppose if a camel suddenly comes in front of your house, what you do? You see the camel, you know it is a camel, but still you keep watching the camel, how it's bending, how it's chewing the food and all, and how when anyone sits on that, how it keeps walking ups and down. So this is all our observation is also helps you in your creativity. Every process, listening, observing, then doing things, thinking in a different perspective, and brainstorming, all this helps in your creativity. So whenever you go out, suppose you go to a movie. Nowadays, everybody is watching movie in a big malls, in IMAX and all like that, theaters. So you see so many stalls outside, so many things. When you keep watching all the things around you, you start getting your own ideas. You start getting your own ideas. When so many constructed buildings we see around us, why every building look different? Because the architect has drawn the building in a different way using his own thoughts, because people always want the new look. If the buildings are same design, nobody will accept it. So now we have seen, like 10 years ago, how the buildings were and today how they are. Why we are able to look in a different perspective. Now we had an independent house, then we had apartments, now the villa culture has come. In a villa culture where we see so many houses around and so many gardens and the swimming pool there, then your sports equipment is there, everything is there. So many things have been gathered at one place. It's all the innovative creativity. And people, instead of living in a normal life, they want to live in a different way. The same way, the people when they travel, before they used to go from one place to other place only by walk. I think in ancient days, when you want to send a message, what they used to, like our kings and all, they used to send in a paper to send a message from one person to other person. So later, so many inventions have come. It's all because of creativity. We are able to travel from one place to other. Before, people used to use a cycle. Even nowadays also they are using cycle. Now the scooters have come, then cars have come. So many models have come. In scooters, now the latest what we have seen is electric bike costing 1.5. We know why all the inventions are coming. Because unless there is a development, people want to see a change, a development. The same way in real life also, we have to use our creativity. Like ma'am is there. Ma'am, I think today ma'am, Bhagavi ma'am has invited all of us to Canada for a beautiful, show her beautiful garden, and she's giving us a dinner. So when ma'am calls us for a dinner, what we do, then we start imagining ourselves. Oh my God, we will be very curious to see, to think first. Our thought process starts. We think how the ma'am house might be, how the garden might be, and what dishes she might have cooked for us, and how she might have presented. When you really go and see the beautiful dinner table, we see all the dishes in a different way. And here, the ma'am has used on the table, decorating the salad in a different way. That is how shows her creativity. Here, the creativity can be used in every aspect, right from kid to any person. You want to show your creativity, like people has a passion, like Seaker sir has a passion of cars. He has a normal car. Now the market has coming up with so many models. So he want to look different to the people by buying his vehicle of his choice, the latest model, whatever is there. Unless the inventors are there in the market, unless the new invention has been done, we can't use all such things. So he want to show, we say, oh wow, what a car. When we see a new car, we do compliment him. Oh, sir is coming in a beautiful car. So here the creativity lies by maintaining his lifestyle of living. He want to live in such a way. So that is how we can maintain all the creativity, and every person can use the creativity. Here I would like to show one example. And this is a bottle of water. I'm drinking some water. Sorry. I'm showing a bottle under water here. So can anyone unmute and say what is there in the bottle? Can anyone explain what I'm showing to you? I kept a bottle with water. So you can, what you're seeing in this, you can just say in your own perspective. Anyone can. Yes, Madhu? Your observation. According to you, what am I showing you here?
A bottle that's partially full or partially empty of water.
Yeah. Madhu is saying the bottle is there. It is partially full and partially half. And can any other one? Here, my perspective is the bottle, I say the bottle is full. Why am I saying, according to me, the bottle is full? Because here you can see the bottle is there. As ma'am has told, Madhu ma'am, the water is filled half and the rest half it's filled with air. It's not empty. So this way we can think, when every person's perspective will be different by thinking differently. This is what creativity, what we say. I would like to share one more example with you all. In abroad, usually we all know the lift with 100-story building will be there. Suppose if I'm staying in a 30th floor and suddenly what one person on top floor got some fire accident, like fire incident has happened. And all the people living in that come to know about this incident. And suddenly, what kind of action would you take? There is an apartment, it's of 30 floors. We are living somewhere in the top floor. And suddenly in one of the top floors, we came to know that some incident has happened, fire. And what would be your reaction? On the spot. You can tell anyone. What would be your reaction if suddenly you come to know about this? Fire means everybody keeps first thought in our mind, oh my God, fire. How it's going to affect? Is it going to connect all the flats, or is it going to how we have to escape? The first thought what we get is we have to escape out of the fire. But how? Some people get anxiety. Some people, at least, okay, the lift is not working, the fire, we should not use the lift because the current will be there and all that. And some people immediately the thought comes to their mind, come on, let us go out of this place through stairs. But In the house, everything is okay. We come out, people run, some people can't come, some people will be small babies, some will be old. So there are so many aspects in such situation. But among all the situations, like Madhu and Bhagavi ma'am, because they're all staying abroad, for them, being in abroad, coming out of the situation is a first priority. More than that, they need to have their passport in their hand. If they have they don't think, okay, money is gone, clothes are gone, whatever in the house, it's okay. But holding your own passport identity and coming out of that place is very important for at that situation. So that is the reason why people abroad who live, whatever the house, they keep in a reachable place so that some important identity cards, and when such situation comes, they can hold and come out of the situation. So this way, so many things can happen in our day-to-day life. Every aspect here, I would like to tell you about the creativity. We have seen so many things to come out of our own thoughts, come out of the box. What are the things we need to follow in our creative process? The place where I am sitting should be very clean. It should be decluttered. All your thoughts, you should get new thoughts so that new process, what you want to do, can be done when your surroundings are neat and clean. You have to choose your natural light. Wherever you're sitting, your room, or so you can sit in a room with a table or a computer, you can sit in an open garden, wherever it is, the natural light should be there. You cannot sit always in the dark room and say, oh my God, I'm not getting any new thoughts, new ideas. So natural light is very important. And especially as in the early mornings, everybody mind will be fresh when they get up. We are so active. So early mornings and afternoons, your creative process can work more than the other times. At all times it works, but early mornings is a fresh time. That's why people say early to bed and early to rise is wise. So usually all our friends here may be having a habit of getting up early in the morning. Some people get up at 4 o'clock, which is a very good time. The 4 o'clock, they do get up, they do some meditation and then yoga, then they start their day. So when they sit and relax in one chair, usually they keep getting new ideas, then which they can put in their real life. And avoid using the digital media all the time because it keeps obstructing your thought process. Nowadays, without our knowledge, when we open our mobile or laptop, like when you watch the Facebook or Instagram, though it is very important for us to keep in touch with the digital media, you have to restrict your time. Because unknowingly, you'll be wasting most of your time in such digital media. So you avoid the digital media. Then the brainstorming ideas. You have to keep thinking in a new way every time to be creative. Give work to your brain. Like everybody will be getting the newspapers. Here in India, we get, I don't know about abroad. I don't think they'll be watching online only. So they don't get a newspaper to read. But in India, we get a newspaper every day. In the newspapers, you get a column. How many of you know about Sudoku? Gajam, do you know about Sudoku?
Means that is a puzzle.
Yeah, Sudoku is a puzzle. Like that, so many brainstorming puzzles when you do, your brain keeps active when you do such things. So right from kid also, they have so many levels in that, level 1 to 5. So the way you can start with the basic level. So even the big people also, elders, everybody, when they do, they keep their mind sharp because you're giving work to your brain. It starts working. You think differently. where you can put in a different way your thoughts. So, without using our digital media, getting up early mornings and afternoons, and choosing a natural ride and decluttering your mind, you can have a positive thought, you can be a creative, and you can do wonders in the world. So, I wish each and every one of you be creative, come out with new thoughts, and do wonders, and wish you all the best. Thank you, one and all, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shruti ma'am. The session was good. It gave us an insight of how creative a person should think to bring out more of what he is planning to do. So, ma'am, if you have some time, we will take some questions, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So,
Yeah.
if anybody has any questions,